Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to my first episode of Doing Better with Brie. Now on my channel, we're going to be talking about everything from natural hair care tips to plant tips, beauty and regimens, as well as real talk about what's really going on in the world today and how we can be better every day. If you're interested in any of these topics, girl, go ahead and like and subscribe for the algorithm and stay tuned for the show. Now, since this is the first episode, I wanted to go ahead and have some real talk with you guys. So the topic of discussion for today is going to be infidelity, and we're going to use Cardi B and Offset situation to pretty much do a case study on how beautiful women end up in these situations, and it actually happens all the time, and how half of the time it's really our own fault. And I definitely am not for breaking up the household, but if the man is unfaithful, it's really time to go. It's really time to go. So if you haven't really been paying attention to what's going on in the relationship, and I'm sure you haven't, there's so much going on in the world, but apparently Cardi B is pregnant again, and Offset, of course, cheated. And this time she's sick and done and tired of him. She's going to do her big one again, mind you, and file for divorce. Now, this time I think it definitely pushed her over the edge because he did way too much and got his side chick pregnant. Now, this is very unfortunate and no woman deserves this, but a lot of times women set themselves up to be in these type of situations based off the men that they choose to be with, procreate with, marry, and so forth. Now, for me, Cardi B should have left a long time ago so she wouldn't have to go through this level of embarrassment. And it really does show you as a woman how much a man values you. In her music and the things she does, they've done multiple music videos together. She shaded his old baby mama's old girl side pieces just to really get done the worst out of all of them. Now, Offset has other children and other baby mamas. He usually gets caught with his old baby mamas and old flings. He isn't really getting new women around him. He's really recycling older women, which really tells you what he thinks. He really likes the woman that he used to deal with, and I'm guessing those are more his type because aesthetically, none of them look like Cardi B. But these things happen where a woman has a big head. She looks at the other competition as far as the old woman and says, you know, based on popular opinion, I'm better looking than all of them. I have more money than all of them. You should be lucky to have me and really worship the ground that I walk on because you made all of these previous mistakes and I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Now, I'm not going to say Cardi B tried to use her looks as a reason that validated why she was better than the old woman, but she's not a humble woman. You hear it in her music. She pops her stuff. She's dissed other women. She throws shade. She does all these things. So like I say, everybody has their day, and this time it was hers. Now, we don't know if Cardi B is going to actually go through with the divorce, but I'm hoping this time that she does. I do think that we would really benefit off of seeing a independent Cardi B, and she needs to show the other women that might be in relationships like this that you don't have to stay. She's done so much to convince us that Offset is a man worth keeping and he's my man, and forget whoever else he was with. I'm so much better than them. And to be honest, he has shown us what he thinks of her. He put her and the side chick on the same level. It's not that he was only just messing with her or, you know, had a one night stand. He's romantically involved with this woman consistently, and he is giving her a baby. This is definitely traumatizing, and it does a lot. It does a lot to a woman's psyche. If you know as a woman you are not mentally prepared to go through things like this, and that you might flip your shit, like you might lose it, you might fall into depression, then make sure that you're not out here with men who have a track record of just leaving the kids' mothers and or cheating on them consistently with other women. Men will always find a new supply, always. If you don't give them what they need, they will find another woman who can, and when she's done, it'll be another one. And a lot of times, the women that end up the wife to these men are just the biggest dummies. You never generally know a man until you meet his first ex. The first ex usually kind of tell you what it was like really dating him. And even though a man can change and evolve, They have to literally put in effort, and you have to see it. Anything that you do will show up in your face. Like, you will see the effort that that man is doing to be better, to not cheat, to not do this. I mean, it's not rocket science. Don't go over there messing with them other women. But he does it because he doesn't fear her leaving. He doesn't fear her being anything without him. He really thinks that he made her. I wouldn't say it was a bad business move marrying him. It did what it was supposed to do. But emotionally, I see it's tearing her apart. And I think we all see that when Cardi goes live or she has these rants. I can tell you right now, the next album is going to be a really good one. A really good one. Now, ladies, let's figure out what we can learn to do better from this situation. Young girls, 1, don't go out here listening to necessarily the 40-year-old woman and up. They come from a different time. And men, I wouldn't say acted different, but the access that they had to other women was different. They still played the same games, but they have the old school game. If you need some new school game on how to avoid the BS, you need to go get you a woman in her 30s that's not too far removed from you, and someone that you literally, not necessarily idolize, but respect how they're living. That might help you make better decisions when you go out here to date. It is really good for young women to have a mentor to help them, because we're all just out here every day trying to figure it out and do better for ourselves. But a lot of us don't have the answers, and we look elsewhere for them. And the people that are giving out the information are not necessarily qualified or should be giving out certain information to you. Young girls are making horrible mistakes. I was one. And I'm not going to say that I wish I couldn't do anything, because it made me who I am today, but I definitely suffered. I definitely suffered emotionally, mentally, and physically based off the decisions that I made as a young woman and not wanting to listen to maybe the closest people around me when it came to who I was dating. I would say, mind your business, or maybe you're jealous, or he ain't going to do that to me. I'm telling you, you can be humbled real quick. Okay? God didn't stop making attractive women when he made you. You are not God's gift to earth. Okay? The world the sun don't rise and shine on you. You are not better than the next woman. Anything, any day, it hurts. We have to come together. But the reality of it is, when you go out here now and decide to have children, you need to make sure that you actually want them kids. And the reason I say that you need to make sure you want them kids is because anything can happen. These men will walk out on you for somebody else's family, start another family, do things like this, to where now you got to look at these children knowing their daddy ain't nothing, and you stuck with the consequences. It's real. It's not a joke. The mental trauma from it, ask somebody. A lot of y'all don't want to ask the questions because you don't want to know and you don't think it'll be you. And it has it doesn't just have a certain type of people it targets. Any race, all backgrounds, all financial classes, anybody can end up in this situation. You have to take from this what it is. Take the warnings. Not every baby mama is bitter. Some have a story that you might need to hear, and it can save your life. Not every man, just because he got money, is good. Some of them will compensate for their BS with a purse, because that's all he thinks you're worth, a material item. Finding a man that genuinely cares about you and understands that looks fade is what's important. If you don't do nothing else out here, just try and do better. Every day, put 1% into yourself, and you will see it resonate right in front of you. Avoid men that will take you to dark places like this. Don't put your future kids in situations where they're going to have to ask questions about, mommy, who is that girl? Who is that other child that daddy is bringing around? Don't hand off trauma to your children if you can avoid it. You just got to overall do better. All right, but that's all the time I have for today. Thank you guys so much for listening to my rant and my opinions. We'll definitely have more real talk later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for the algorithm. I definitely read the comments. If you have anything you would like to comment on or videos you would like to see me do, please please definitely go ahead and leave a comment. I do appreciate you guys, and don't forget to always try and do better.